Good day to you. Now, another quick video trying to demonstrate how versatile and easy one of these is to use. Now, the last video where I was in this room, I was using it with a Tritech guard and a Tritech gold spray tip, which was a 516, because I was just touching in some areas. Yes, just touching in some areas on that ceiling that had condensation issues. Now, since then, because this is part 2 of the video of using Ultra Quick Shot, what I've done, I've got the room prepared now, taped up where I needed to, gone around, swept up. I've now got the MaxVac dust blocker 650 on the go because I'm spraying. I've only got it turned down to 50%, so it's not on full power at the moment because I don't want to be drowned out while I'm speaking to you, but I will be turning that up to about 75. If you want to know more about the dust extraction that I've got, please give us some comments, because I should think that'll probably be in a video in the future anyway. But what I've done, I've sprayed all my woodwork now with a 310 spray tip with a Graco guard. I've done all my woodwork. I'm going to let that go off. Then it'll be prepared again just with a fine nib down with some Goldflex Merca pads. And then, all being well, today, if I've got time, I want to be finishing this off with the satin finish, because this is the All Primer from Isomat, and the finish over the top will be the satin finish of the Isomat satin, which will spray lovely. Now, the primer, I have thinned probably a little bit more than I really wanted to. I've gone for 10% just so I could get a nice even coverage. I can see it pimpling on the door, which is nice because then it will flow out. Yeah, it's drying nicely already. But when I come to actually use the satin of the Isomat, I won't probably be more 5 to 10% than the 10% and a little bit more, because I want a thicker coat on. I might even drop down to a 308 spray tip, but to be fair, that 310 was quite nice. What you've got to remember is the bigger the number, i.e. after the first, well, say first, depends what you're spraying with. This is a 310, so the 3 stands for your fan pattern, which will give you a 6-inch fan pattern, which is great because I've got quite deep skirting boards on this job. You can just see that, and also it means I can blast in that door quite quickly. But the 10 after the 3 is the orifice size. So if you've got an 06, that'll be small. If you've got an 08, that's a little bit bigger. If you go to a 10, that's bigger. If you go to a 12, 14, 16, even bigger and bigger. You get where I'm coming from. So when you're finishing off on your woodwork, I quite like to just drop down an orifice size, probably to an 08. If I'm spraying nicely with a 10, I might keep with a 10, but just experiment. That's what it's all about. It's not how, it's how it looks at the end of it, really. So all in all, really good. I'll probably come back to you in a little while and just say how this has dried, and we got it on with a satin coat. But all in all, I've just walked around with that in my hand and sprayed this room in a matter of minutes, literally a matter of minutes. And I've even just wafted over the windowsill, because the windowsill the whole window I've actually had to brush because I couldn't tape it up. We'd still got a bit of moisture on the glass, even though we've got a warm room. But no, all being well, we're going to get another coat on, maybe 2 coats today of the finish. But the MaxVac is now circulating the air and getting any dust out the air. And you can see we're not in clouds of dust, are we? No, far from it. Right, catch you later. I said this wouldn't be a long video, and I'm coming back to you. Now, the noise you can hear in the background is the air extraction, the MaxVacs. Now, I've turned that up to 75% to try and now clear the air. There was very little dust in the air because I think with that running while it was spraying, it was moving the air around and sucking it all in. So, brilliant, that's why we've got it. But what I want to say, I'm using the All Primer, and I've gone round, it had dried off pretty quick. I've gone round, and anywhere that was bare wood and it had soaked it in, I've just literally, with that Ultramax, just wafted it in, literally gone round and wafted it in. Any areas that I thought were a little bit suspect, that I might have gone over it a little bit too quick, I've done that as well. Made sure underneath my radiators on both sides of the room, I've made sure I've got underneath those as well. So the versatility of that Ultra Quick Shot is brilliant. It's easy to top up and fill, it's easy to clean out, it's easy to prime, it's easy to flush paint through it. It's just a good all-rounder. And what I'm waiting for now is it all to go off on this primer coat, which might be about an hour or so, and I want to just give it a fine nib down with a Merca Gold pad, dust it all off, give a bit of a sweep up, and I've got my vacuum cleaner here, and then tomorrow I can give it a coat of the satin finish and it'll have 2 coats. But for now I'm not going to show you that. I've shown you a bit of spraying at the beginning, don't need any more than that, but I can tell you now, going off lovely. And the speed I can actually paint this room, brilliant, and a better finish, So thanks for listening, some videos at the end, and I'll catch you on the next one.